Welcome to my screen house. We're going to be talking about how sugar is not the enemy. Aren't you excited? Except for it's a lie. Sugar is the enemy, and I'm going to tell you why. Sugar's too. All the marketing that's lied to you. Okay, this is ridiculous. There are an insane amount of articles and research out there indicating that sugar is bad for you. And I'm not discrediting those at all. I actually think they're completely right. And I just wanted to address the fact that it's not just sugar. And that's the part that's really frustrating for a lot of people. So let's talk a little bit about how sugar affects your body and why it's bad. Sugar is ingested into your body and it has a chemical reaction inside of it. Most of nutrition is, in fact, chemistry, which I did not do well in school. So I'm going to try to sum this up as basic as I can and kind of make it simple for you to digest. When you ingest sugar, it has a chemical reaction in your body that needs to be regulated by a hormone called insulin. And insulin is going to control the sugars as well as the fat cells in your body. If you have a lot of sugar, insulin is going to have to increase to balance that out, and then it's going to try and store it as best as it can, because 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, you're not going to burn off the amount of sugar that you're ingesting. And then after that, you're going to have a crash, and your body's going to think you need more sugar, so you're going to eat more sugar, and then you're going to crash, then you need more sugar, then you crash, and then on and on and on and on it goes until your ass is this big and you don't know why, or you have ulcerative colitis and you're bleeding, or you have inflammatory disease and you don't know why it is, or you have fibromyalgia, or you have celiac, or you have gluten, or there's so many different ways that this can affect your body. It's crazy. Can affect your organs. Sugar can affect it's the leading cause of diabetes. There is so many issues with this, heart disease, problems like that, and it's because it's a refined sugar. It is something that does not exist naturally in nature. It is something we created, and it is addictive and hard for you to quit because your body thinks you need it. So you need to burn a different source of energy or a healthier source of energy, and I strongly, strongly recommend you go with either paleo diet or you go with the keto diet. I personally subscribe to the keto diet. I like cheese. Just saying, like, I was never really paleo. I still had cheese. Because we's a cheese-eating crazy people. Yes, no. Cheese. Affects, like, so much anxiety attacks and disorders in that way as well, which is something that I had to deal with. Honestly, it's so freaking bad, it should be illegal. Like, I'm not even kidding you right now. Sugar should be illegal. And high fructose corn syrup, so we're getting into the good stuff now. The biggest questions I get asked is what you can eat, and everybody thinks that they know that sugar's bad, so they don't eat it, because you're not supposed to have that on keto diet. However, there are a lot of secret sugars, like Gatorade is very sugary and it's actually terrible for you, and you should never ever drink it. It's as bad as soda. Any juice boxes are going to be bad, those types of things. So we're going to talk a little bit about the secret sugars inside specifically of alternative sweeteners, and if you want more videos like this, I will give you some more, like Gatorade and beverages. We need to do a whole thing on beverages. If you're wanting to be healthy, I don't care what diet you prescribe to, I don't care what you're doing with your life. If you want to be healthier, the rule is avoid things that are high on the glycemic index or glycemic load. Now, why that is because that has a negative effect on your body. Now, the ingredients and what do that to you is really what confuses people and is what marketing has done to brainwash you, to sell you products that are terrible for you, and you're not losing weight, you're not reaching your goals because you've been lied to. And it makes me so frustrated because in our modern day society, you guys do not have time to go through and read all the ingredients on the labels and to have to deal with that, and that's how they make money off of you, and it's wrong. Or they're uneducated and they just put out a bad product. Either way, it's not good. And so they need to be current and have some kind of ethical responsibility in their food making products and not make people sicker or fatter or have heart disease or whatever it is they have to do. Okay, rant over. I wanted to pull up this so we can kind of learn together. So when you are reading the back of a bottle or the back of an ingredient, it can say sugar-free, but the chances are pretty good that it's going to have something like maltodextrin, which with a glycemic index is at 110. And you can scroll down here and you can see all these. Dextrose is a common ingredient, especially even in the stevia packets that they sell in stores, such as Truvia. Blackstrap molasses is at 55. Coconut palm sugar, which is considered really healthy, is at 35. Brown rice syrup is at 25. Agave syrup is really low, it's at 15 in comparison to others. But the items that are recommended for a ketogenic diet and for diabetics and for a lot of other health issues are going to be the ones down here. Sorbitol is really common. Xylitol is another one. Mannitol, erythritol is a really popular sugar alcohol that doesn't have a weird taste. And unfortunately, I don't see stevia on this list. No, wait, just kidding. I found it. It's right here, and it's at 0. So, I mean, when you look at these other items, these are the things that are going to be safe-ish. Now, aspartame has nothing on the glycemic index. However, it's still considered something that's not good for you as far as the chemical artificialness of it. So, I would stay in the range of sugar alcohols and natural sweeteners all the way to here. Now this is maybe not like a completely comprehensive list of all options, but it's definitely a really good place to start. Anything that's an artificial sweetener I would avoid, and anything above this I would avoid. Fructose is actually in fruit, that's why it's called fructose. Maltitol is a really common sugar alcohol that's inside a lot of alternative sweeteners. Lactose is obviously the milk version of it. Honey is actually really high, it's at 50. So when you look at these items, they are really, really high. And regular sugar, or sucrose, is at 65. So if you're at 35, that's half of it, but you're still spiking your insulin levels, and you're still going to have the same health issues as the other ones. A little bit, and I wanted to try and find something that would make sense. So this is what is Splenda Natural Stevia Sweetener. Now it's got all this great stuff about how it like gets to it and how it's extracted and all of that jazz. And I was really impressed with stevia for a moment until I got down to this part and they kind of like hit it down here. The granulated product is a convenient form of Splenda Natural Stevia sweetener that can be used to sweeten for a cup of sugar, which sounds great. No calories, no added flavors, no artificial ingredients, no bitter aftertaste, because stevia is known to be bitter. And so as you're kind of reading it along, you're like, man, this is so great. But it's a blend of stevia leaf extract and organic tapioca maltodextrin. So if we go back to our other list, Chessa, hush, to our maltodextrin list, it's actually extremely high, and actually, for all intents and purposes, higher than sugar. So we're going to go, so sucrose and sugar is 65, and maltodextrin sugar is 110. So it actually spikes your insulin levels, and it's worse for you than sugar is, as far as that goes. And then tapioca starch, I have another video coming soon, or it's already up someplace, and I'll link it, is about the different gluten-free starches that they use that actually spike your insulin levels really, really high. So tapioca starch is like potatoes or like wheat. It's really, really bad as far as insulin levels and weight loss and anxiety attacks and all that kind of stuff goes. So tapioca plus maltodextrin is pretty much a heart attack in a little tiny cup. And it's a terrible idea. Your butt's going to have cellulite and you're going to be fat and it's going to be awful because you think you're being healthy. Screw you, Splenda. Go with Better Stevia Now packets because they're organic, which means no weird chemicals. And if you scroll down, hey, you're ruining my video, Jessica, shh. And then it's got organic inulin, certified organic stevia, leaf extract, and silica. So these are all good things. And this is what they cut it with, which isn't going to spike your insulin levels. And it's going to help it so it doesn't have that bitter aftertaste. And silica is just a form of salt, essentially. Let's just leave it at that. Silicones, we're moving on. That's a whole other video. I got a little overzealous with this video, and I'm going to have to do a mini-series because this video is just getting way too long. If you want this mini-series and you want to know more about different products and what you can eat and what is considered healthy, regardless if it's keto or paleo, the things that I suggest are going to be healthy for you and your body no matter what you subscribe to. So give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more of that. I would love to get some comments below on things you're curious about. Jess, you're doing so good not barking. So good. So good. Shh. So, I mean, I just, if you have a question about a specific product, please follow me on any of my social medias. Please send me a message here, comment down below, and I will do what I can to get back to you, because that was my biggest challenge. And now that I know what I get, I don't know what the new products are out there, and so I don't always know what's going on. So comment below with what you'd like to see next. Of course, subscribe for my weekly videos. We're always going to be having Food Fridays, and then I throw in informational videos like this. My website is a huge source of free information in case you're wanting to kind of read through these articles, and the information that I got will be listed in the description box below, as well as products that I recommend. I hope this was informative and was helpful for you, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye. A bunch of Zach George's videos. I'm going to link him because he has made my life so much better. Tressa normally barks like an insane person, and I'm in this greenhouse, and like I just like to sit here and like be peaceful, and she's actually doing so good right now. I mean, she still wants to bark, you know, it's a process. You can see the crazy eyes. She's like, you're gonna get him. She's doing good. Good girl, look at me. Hey. Oh, no, I lost her. Hi. Hi, lay down. Lay down. Good girl. Good girl. You're being so quiet. Anyways, he's amazing. I just want to make this video longer. I do, because I just want to keep rambling. So we're going to call this Monday Madness. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Monday Madness? Oh, just want to cuddle your pillow. Your pillow. You lay down? You gonna lay down on your pillow? Yeah, you wanna lay down. And then, like, the jealous one over here. Even though there's room for both of them on the pillow. I mean, really. So, yeah, it's gonna be Monday Madness. It's gonna be a thing.